Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of Figures, Games and Trains, and today we are looking at the AEW Supreme of the Icon Sting. Yes, I have been after this, well, I actually said it in my live video. I've been after this one for quite a bit, to be honest. I always wanted the WWE Hall of Fame version. However, I never ever saw it anywhere, and at the time I didn't really know a lot of wrestling shops that are online at the time. So it ended up escaping me for a long while, and I still never ever got it. I found it once in a shop, and they wanted double the price for it. So I'm happy to get this Sting. The only one thing I would say about it, and to be fair, I think I said it in my live video as well. The only thing I would say about this one is, unlike the other Supreme figures that we've had in the past, because Sting never really changed his gear much. Well, he never changed it all throughout WCW, WWE, then AEW. Because he never changed his gear, you don't get extra legs and things like that. Now, obviously, Supremes in the past, we've always basically had two figures in one. This one, you're basically paying the same price for basically just one figure. So it's a little bit of one of those where you sort of I just nearly broke from that. It's one of those. It's I'll spit it out in a minute. I really will. Put my teeth in. It's one of those figures where, in a way, it's worth it, but in a way, it isn't. It's just. I'm probably just being awkward. So, let's get into Sting. So, now, why have I never actually done this before with Supreme? I've actually gone in through the top. I've always gone in through the side or the bottom. And it always proved to be an issue. And I've just literally got Sting out of that so easily by going into the top. In through the top. Absolutely shocking. So, here is Sting out the packaging. Well, technically he's not out yet. There was another thing going on. I didn't even realise that. So let's take that out. I'll sort that out in a minute. And that. So here is Sting. One thing that I am actually quite impressed with, and it's actually probably one of the smallest things that you could possibly be impressed with, but it's actually his baseball bat. I've seen a lot of baseball bat accessories that all look the same, and they always seem to have, no matter what colour they were, they used to always seem to have like a wood effect on it. This doesn't. This is absolute bang on for Sting. This is absolute. I'm sure even the last. Was it Lumited or something like that? Whatever they call them. I'm sure they had a baseball bat with that, and it was never as good as that. That is the best baseball bat I've actually ever seen, and I would actually use that for more than just Sting. So, taking a look at Sting, I actually wasn't all that fond on the fact that the jacket is soft goods. However, looking at it once you've got it out the packaging, it's actually, unlike other jackets that you've seen that are soft goods, it's actually quite thin. It's not thick and bulky like some, like I would say the Cody Rhodes Ultimate Edition. Now I haven't got that, but when you look at the pictures of it online, it looks very tacky. It looks very bulky. It looks very Jacked-like. This actually looks really, really good. Even the Undertaker's jacket from Mattel isn't as thin as this one for Sting. So I'm quite impressed with that. So let's get rid of this plastic off there. Now, one thing I am going to have to do, and I'm going to have to sponge Sting's arms off, because like a fair few of the AEW figures in the past, what did he call it now? It's like ink. It's like an ink wash. No, not ink. Dye. It's like dye has actually got on the arms and everything. So he's got little black patches. They should come off, I would have thought, if you sponge them off. But all in all, I'm just pretty much fiddling at this point with this Sting. But all in all, when you look at this Sting, it is actually a really, really good model. Sting is an absolute legend in probably the whole of wrestling industry. He's on the same level as Undertaker. He's always played his gimmick. I don't know whether he played this kind of gimmick off camera. I've never really delved into that. I know that obviously he had his stint with the Main Event Mafia in TNA, where he didn't technically have this all the time. He was in suit with no face paint and stuff. Now, to me, for this, they've put the Sting where they put the face on it that it looks like the paint's sort of fading off kind of thing. To me, the head that they should have put in it for basically display purposes and showing it off in the box should have been the one of these that are in the accessories. Because you get accessories, you get two heads and two lots of hands. So for the accessories part, for me, to put it in the box and displaying in the box, it should have been that face, not the other face, that one. Because that one's like face paint faded. But all in all, the figure itself is amazing. It's like I say, I just need to try and sponge that dye off, because it's actually making the skin look darker than it should be. You can't really notice it on the camera, I don't think. You might be able to see a little bit there, but in person, when you're actually looking at it, it looks like the skin's much darker, because obviously it's got the dye on it. So with Sting, we'll leave Sting there like that, so that people can actually look at him while we're doing the rest. So, accessories wise, the other head that's in here is a mixture of if it comes out. It's a mixture of Sting and Darby Allin face paint. Because obviously he used to team quite a bit with Darby Allin. Well, I think it looks like it's partial Darby Allin because it looks like it's got like skull things on the lips and everything, like like Darby Allin would have. You've got 2 sets of hands. There's no point showing them up on the camera because it's just a different set of hands, basically. Closed fist and open hand. You got like a slightly open. You've got, well, you can see the fingers sort of open so you can get the bat into the hand that are already on it. So that is all the accessories out on that one. The second part of the accessory is these. Now, I don't know whether these are t-shirts or jumpers for Sting, so we're gonna find out right now. If I can get into the damn thing. So, how do you get these out? Oh, maybe not. Okay. There we go. That explains why there's 2 lots of tape on it. So this Sting t-shirt, this Sting top, by the looks of it, is, yes it is, it's a short sleeve t-shirt, this one. Yeah, we've got a short sleeve t-shirt, Sting top there. And then this one, I'm guessing, yes, I thought it would be. This one's the jumper version, which is something that he used probably more often in AEW. He did use a t-shirt, but he did used to fight more often in a jumper. So that is really good. I really do like the feel of these. They're actually really, they're not thick, and they're not. How do you describe it? If you think back to the original Mattel t-shirts, they used to, after a bit, they used to start rolling, and because the material was quite cheap and horrible, and they used to start rolling and they start losing their shape quite quickly. The newer t-shirts don't, and obviously this is Jazzwares kind of stuff. This is Jazzwares stuff now, but the jacket is great. Oh, you also do get a Sting mask as well. Now, I don't know how often he used it in AEW. I don't know how often he used it, but it is there. I actually have was it a Defining Moments Sting, based on his WCW days, when he had much longer hair, obviously a lot younger. And this I will possibly be able to use, because if I remember seeing a video clip, was it last week? Maybe last month, it could be, I don't know when it was. And it was Sting in WCW, and he was in the ring with the NWO, and obviously they had their own version of Sting, but he was actually Sting, pretending to be one of them. Then he turned his back on him, took the mask off, proving that he wasn't the fake Sting, he was the actual Sting, and he took the NWO out all single-handedly with his baseball bat. So this is quite an interesting figure because as I've said in a few videos so far, I'm planning on doing some sort of fig fed if I can get around to it. But if I do the fig fed, I can do a WCW version. Now, granted, this is based on his more recent look, older look. But this could be used for WCW. However, I have got the Defining Moments WCW Sting, so I will probably use that one. But we'll see what happens when it comes to it. But yeah, when I get round to doing it, currently my ring is actually set up for a King of the Ring tournament that I actually I've actually done all the tournament part visuals, but I never actually got out to doing it. So I'm thinking I might possibly change it to Monday Night Raw, which is basically the old WWE logos and then this World Wrestling Entertainment. It's, as it says on the ring, it's actually WWF, but change it to that, and then do a few Monday Night Raw shows leading up to the King of the Ring. So I'll see what I end up doing with that. But anyway, I'm supposed to be talking about Sting. So there we have it. I mean, we've got the AEW Supreme Sting, which, to be fair, like I said about a few of the other figures in previous videos, there's not many. There's a few figures that can sort of like take your breath away, kind of put you like wow kind of thing. This is one of them. I really like this Sting figure. This will be a absolute fantastic addition to my roster of whatever I end up doing throughout the point. I mean, who's to say we might not get an AEW WWE invasion in my fig fed? Am I giving hints? I don't know. We may do, we may not. It all depends. But for now, I can't really comment on that because, to be honest, I've got to get out there and try and actually do something at some point. I'm waiting for the weather and everything. It's too bloody cold. It's horrible. So, yeah, on that note, we've got Sting with his in his Supreme version with 2 t-shirts, the 2 heads, his accessories, jacket. Absolute fantastic figure. Until next time, I'm out.